All right, so when it comes to the characteristics of money, the first one says durability, okay? Now, what I believe your SOL is getting at when it comes to durability, well, first off, do any of you know what the word durability means? If you are durable, what are you doing? Y'all are not very talkative on a Monday. What's wrong with you, Solomon? You're usually all about saying something, doing something. You know? Durability, guys, is your ability to be available. Does that make sense? Like you're pretty consistent at things that you do. Money is exactly that. It's durable. Tomorrow you're going to be able to use it. 10 years from now you're going to be able to use it. 50 years from now you're going to be able to use it. It's durable. It's consistent. Okay? The second one is portability. Now, what do you think portability means? Anybody know? Anybody know what portability is? It's easy to move. Okay? I can move money in my pocket from one place to another. I can put it from one account to another. I can wire it from one country to another. It's portable. It's movable. All right? The third one is divisibility. You're going to see a common theme with these. All of them has ability at the end of it. Divisibility means that I can break it down. Okay? And the easiest example that I can give you for that is, say I have a $100 bill. Well, I could also break that down to 2 50s, 5 20s, 10 10s, 25s, 100 ones. You see what I'm getting at? It's divisible. I can break it down. The fourth characteristic of money is uniformity. It means everybody uses it. Okay? Within the United States, we have a uniform set of cash money rules with it, right? Everybody from ocean to ocean uses that type of money. Okay? So it's uniform. The fifth type of characteristic money has is called a limited supply. Now here's a question I want to ask you, and somebody try to answer this. I get this all the time. Well, if we are in so much debt as a country, why doesn't the government just print out a bunch more money and pay off our debt? Why can they not do that? You've already learned about this. If we put too much money into the economy, it's called a period of what? Inflation, right? And if there's inflated money in the economy, is the value of a dollar worth more or worth less? It's worth less. So we'd have to print off a lot of money. You see how it just kind of contradicts itself by doing that? So, and we got to be able to back up what currency we have in the economy with what type of value we have in our Federal Reserve. Does that make sense? So if our Federal Reserve has a value of, I don't know, say $20 trillion, and we print out $50 trillion worth of money, that's a problem, right? It's not going to be worth as much. We can only back up 20 trillion of it. So it is a limited supply. Okay, yes, they do. They print it every day, but they print it every day because people earn and produce things. All right, remember GDP? And then number 6, the last characteristic that we deal with when it comes to money is acceptability. Okay, meaning that we can basically use it anywhere. I have been to one place in my life that did not accept cash. Y'all know where that was at? I was in Tampa Bay watching the Devil Rays play, and their baseball stadium is cashless. They do not accept cash in the baseball stadium. You have to use a card. But other than that, everywhere I've ever been, cash is king. If you're going to give them money for something, you're going to get it. And usually you get a better deal in things if you offer them cash. If you go to a car lot and say they want $5,000 for a car, and you say, well, here's $3,500 in cash, most people are going to be like, what? I'll take it. Because they're getting $3,500 in their hand, right? They don't have to worry about financing anything or making payments on anything. Here's $3,500, right? So cash is king. Okay, so it is very acceptable. Now, I would put a star beside of those characteristics, and I would put a star beside of what is money, because you will see those questions again, probably in a short answer situation. And when it comes to the characteristics, I'll probably say name 4 of the 6 of them. Y'all got that? So have that in your head, okay? So basically, money acts as a medium of exchange, okay? So this next this is where it kind of got railed a little bit on Friday, because I think I got a little bit confusing with how I was trying to explain this to the B-Day guys. But it says, how does money make it easier to trade, borrow, save, invest, and compare the value of goods and services? Guys, money makes everything easier from a trade, borrowing, saving, and investing standpoint, because what do you use to do those four things? You have to use money, right? So, in your notes, and this is the only thing I want you to write down from this little section, put down that money acts as a medium of exchange. Okay? A medium of exchange. And what I mean by that is, you're trying to give me something, I'm going to give you money in exchange for it. It's kind of the middleman. That's what breaks the barrier. Okay? It acts as a medium of exchange. Okay? You guys with me so far? None of this is confusing, I hope. Pretty self-explanatory, right? Okay, now, there's two definitions that come with this SOL that are very important as far as us moving forward. I need you to know the difference in this. So on your paper, write down flat money, skip a line, and then write down commodity money. And there, I got them underlined right here. So put down flat first, and then we'll talk about what commodity money is. Okay? So we need to know the difference between what flat money and commodity money is. Now, beside of flat money, if you'll notice, I give you an example of it. It says the US dollar. Y'all see that? So beside of flat money, in parentheses, write US dollar. Now, when we're talking about the definition of these two, it's basically, how do they have value? How does flat money have value? How does commodity money have value? Okay? So, an example of flat money being the US dollar, it has value because someone is saying it has value. Someone who is in charge of it. Does that make sense? Flat money only has value because our government says it has value. And in our world, government rules, right? So, the US dollar has value. It is considered flat money because the government has declared it acceptable for paying debt. All right? So, beside of flat money, put down it has value because the government says so. That's the easiest way to put it down, the most simplest form of it. Flat money, which is US dollar, has value because the US government says it does, and is acceptable for payment. So far, so simple. All right, the second one up there, write down commodity money, and the example of it, put down gold. Commodity money, and the example would be gold in this situation. Now, commodity money, guys, beside of it, as far as the definition, but put down that it has value in itself. It doesn't need anything to back it up. You guys with me? Gold, it's worth something. We know when we see gold that it has value. That's a commodity. Y'all understand that? Same thing with silver. Silver has value. It backs up itself. Y'all understand that? So, commodity money, like gold and silver, its value is in itself. Flat money has to have something back it up. So, the dollars that we're carrying around in our pocket, are they flat or are they commodity? They're flat, right? Somebody's backing them up. Those gold chains you guys like to wear, are they commodity or flat? They're commodity, right? They have value in themselves. You paid for them, but you could resell them for what they're worth, right? They have value in itself. I can't sell you a $20 bill. You'd buy a $20 bill for how much? $20. You know, the government says that's what it's worth. I may buy a gold chain for 10 and turn around and sell it for 20. You see what I'm getting at? Because its value in itself, it's up and down. All right? And then lastly, as far as 6A goes, it says what makes up the basic money supply in the U.S. So basically, how is the money supply made up here in the U.S.? And it's right here. Put down that our money supply is made up of currency, which is paper money, coins, and checking account deposits. That's 90% of the money we have working in the U.S. We keep it in our pocket. We keep it in a bank. Sorry about that. And that's how we use it. And that's how that's how businesses use it too. Okay. Now, does anybody have any questions as far as 6A goes there? For the most part, there's three main topics I need you to understand. The first one, you need to know what money is, and that's obviously anything accepted as final payment. I need you to know what the characteristics of money are, and then I need you to know the difference between a flat and a commodity money. So is that one pretty simple? Easy enough? Okay. So let's stop on this video.